Okay, hey you guys, welcome to the live. Oh, there we are. Anyways, anyways, thank you guys for joining the live. I have my husband down at the bottom, Steve Austin, and we have Jase from Nuneaton, which is my husband's mother's significant other. See it rhymes, Jase? Can you hear
Yeah,
me, Jase?
yeah, it's fine. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, good. So this is a treat for me because this is the first time like a family member besides my husband um has done a live. Maybe one day Mama Bear will. Hi JJ, thank you for being. You guys know I desert you in a second. Thank you, JJ's Adventure, for becoming a new member. Thank you so much. So, of course, that takes away. You can use the emoticons, and of course, you don't have to deal with the slow mode. So, hey, everyone, just a few shout outs here. Like I said, we have Jace from Nuneaton. We have my husband down at the bottom there. So, like I said, welcome, guys. Just give a few shout outs. First, we got JJ Adventures, Sharon Parker, I was in the house. Angel, hi Angel, and of course Streamlabs. So don't forget, you guys, your full stops count where you put them for Streamlabs. And there you go. And let's see. Hi Hez. I think I'm saying that right. Hi Hez. Hi Strictly Chaos. Hi Miss Anonymous. Hi Moon. Over the moon, fly me to the moon. Okay, so so where do I begin, Jace? Um, let's see here. Well, actually, you know what? First of all, just introduce yourself to everyone if you don't mind. You know, just a little bit about yourself.
Obviously, I'm Jason. I'm in a relationship with Stephen's mom, and we live in Nuneaton.
There you go.
And I'm starting
and
to blush.
He's
and
looking
you're.
like he's a contestant game show.
I hear Mama Bear.
Yeah, she's too far away for the mic.
Is there
Yeah.
anything else you want to know, Sonny?
I say he looks like a contestant on a game show.
I get tongue tied.
Ooh,
I get tongue tied.
My name's
yeah,
Jason. I'm from Nuneaton.
yeah. I think Mama needs to sit.
At least he's on the live. You can shut up.
Oh, look at that,
You
honey.
know?
Okay, do you want to?
Hey,
Do you think that's my ex-husband saying that by chance? Must be your son. Well,
if you hear
so
any barking, it's the dog going mad.
no problem. Oh, right,
He's on the
because you guys
spot.
have a dog now. I forgot. Yeah. So in capital letters,
Have you got
honey,
your
you
translator
couldn't.
ready?
Sorry, what'd you say, Jace?
I said, have you got your translator ready?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
translator. So let's go to one thing first. Yes, I'm 55. My husband is. How old are you, husband?
34. I forgot.
34. That's correct. So yeah, you're right. He could be my son, but
I
he's
forgot
not.
how old I was.
Because
I was like, wait, it's 2024. Okay, it must be the fours.
so yeah, me and
Beautiful.
Mama Bear are the same age, aren't we, Mama Bear? Actually, Mama Bear, are you 55 yet?
I'm 54.
Oh, the lag.
I think she said 54.
Yeah.
She's gonna turn 55. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
so she turned
lag.
54. Yeah. So anyway, so so Jace is Brummy, I guess we call him. There's a lag going on there.
Your internet sucks.
Well, it was good before. It was good the whole time.
It's not brummy. No, it keeps saying plug in. It's on wireless. It keeps saying plug in. If you're having bad connection, put plug into it.
The actual internet cable. Like from where the modem is on the wall.
We can't.
Where
I
the
don't know if there's one.
You don't have a
Yeah,
cable?
you can have a look because it's over the side of the room.
It's like
It's plugged into Telly Smile, not Whiten. So, hang on.
Wait,
Hang on, Stephen.
Yeah.
honey,
What?
I thought Jase was Brummy.
It's from.
Yum, yum. Black country.
I have to double check.
Because Angel's.
Because I don't know if it's from.
It's not Brummy. It's not Brummy. No.
Black country.
What are they saying, honey?
Let them figure it out what they're doing.
So this was the part that was going to.
It's called the Black. But Birmingham is from Birmingham. They're called Brummies. Where I live in West Bromwich Way, it's called the Black Country. Reason being, the steelworks that was around that in the 50s and 60s that caused a lot of smog in the Second World War, the factories, the foundries and stuff like that. That's why I call it the Black Country. So you've got two different areas, although they're not far from each other. Brummies and Yam Yams, which is a bit confusing.
Okay. Yeah.
Either way, I can barely understand you, and that's why we have interpreters here, just in case.
I heard everything.
My accent's not as strong because when you go into central Birmingham, their accent is a lot stronger than mine. If you ever get a chance, watch the series Peaky Blinders, and you'll see what the accent's really like.
I heard someone else mention that the other day. Pinky Blinders.
It's a TV show.
It's really, really good. It was done in the 40s or 50s around Birmingham, Small Leaf, and it's like two different type of gang things. But that's how it was in the I think it was the 40s and 50s. But you'll hear their accent. It's really good. It's a really good series. It was a big smash hit in the UK. But you'll understand the difference and how strong their language is.
I think I understood most of what you said
You
there.
get
that? Yeah.
Stephen, I'll tell you later.
No, I genuinely don't know why it's hard to understand.
Well, because you deal with your accents all the time. I don't. So
Well, no, trust me. There's more. At this rate, there's more accents in Canada than England.
It's like if you go up north to Newcastle, they've got what you call the Geordie accent, and their accent is totally different to mine. Then you get down to London, you've got the Cockney accent, which is totally different. It's different areas in the UK.
What about Scottish?
And Scottish and Irish. You give different parts of the UK, you hear different accents, like down Cornwall, the farmers type accents from the farmers. You got all different types of accents in the UK, believe it or not.
yeah, you guys got a lot for a small area of different accents, for sure.
Oh, yeah, you can drive 20 minutes.
62 million people in the UK.
What about 100 now?
Really? You guys have more than Canada? Yes. Canada's like 35 million.
Yeah, it was like double last time I checked.
We got this big massive land.
Yeah, 62 million people in the UK.
Probably about 100 million now, all the immigrants coming over.
You started her.
Yeah. My husband always says that word too. Ben says, so Ben's in Australia. He says, it's all proper, isn't it?
So the UK population is nearly 67 million.
Oh.
Mackham is, I can believe Mackham is Sunderland way. You like in Newcastle, you got the Mackhams, you got the Geordies, you got the Hartlepool, they're called the Monkey Hangers. You got like in that area, the northeast, you got different types of, how can I explain it, areas where they call themselves different people.
It's like each town has its own little area.
Yeah, it's got their own language. It's got their own. It's like you go up north. You got Carlisle, you got Wrexham, you got Newcastle, got their accents. You got the Sunderland, the class themselves and Mackhams. Then you go to Hartlepool. You have to, not being offensive, call them the Monkey Hangers for some reason. You got different areas of parts of Newcastle.
Used to hang monkeys.
It's not Nuneaton. Bedford's got two different accents. I'm more better.
So Birmingham is about 30 miles, or say 70 kilometres from where I live, and it's classed as two different areas. It's that close together.
And they have webbed toes.
That's the accent.
You're too far away from the
It's
mic.
like I popped to my mum's today. It's half hours away. Am I too far away?
No, me, I
Oh.
think.
No,
I said,
no,
Stephen,
you're-
you've got a Bedworth accent.
Yeah, in Bredworth.
A Bedworth accent.
I mean, it's like today I've travelled to my mum's. It's half hour away from where I live in Nuneaton, but their accent is totally different to what their accent's like up here. It's only half hour's drive away.
All these people. So we got Moon, JJ. Well, JJ is from Newcastle North, and Angel says I'm a Geordie Yorkshire mix. I'm not even sure what this says. Hot in La Spring by Moon Boot.
It's the same again. Same again. If you get to Yorkshire, it's the same again. If you get to Yorkshire, Leeds, and Sheffield, they're totally different accents from people in Newcastle to people in Birmingham to people in London. Everybody's got different accents wherever you go.
What was that word? Taxons? Accents. Oh, you said accent.
Accent.
Or accents.
Accents.
Yeah. So when we were out in England, you guys, like 5 years ago, what I think it was, when we were out in England, honestly, I can probably understand Jase a little bit more at the moment because I'm really listening. But when we were there at Christmas time, we had surprised. Actually, let's just quickly tell you a story because I still have that video. 5 years ago, we had planned to go to Christmas into the UK, and the only one person that knew was his uncle. You guys remember I was telling you about the bus ride accident the other day? If you do, that his uncle and his auntie and his two cousins were on. But anyway, so his uncle was the only one that knew. So when what's your uncle's name again? Phil. Yes, Phil. Sorry, Phil. I know it normally. Anyways, so Phil went in first, and because he had picked us up, he went in first, and then me and of course my husband Steve, we came around into the kitchen area and then around the corner. And so we were just talking with Ryan and his mom earlier that day, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, we walk around the corner, and her face, no shit of a lie, she was like in such shock. I still have that video for when we surprised them. It was like such an amazing Christmas. We spent 3 weeks there, but it was such a great Christmas, wasn't it, Mom and Jase?
Yeah, brilliant.
Oh, no, my legs buckled. I didn't know nothing about that whatsoever.
Yes, man.
Yeah, that was amazing. Okay, so let's get on. Wait.
Go on, Mark. Sorry.
No, I was going to say, okay, so Jase is joining us today. And again, thank you, Jase. This is a pleasure for me, just because I love the whole family thing. One of these days, Mama Bear is going to come and talk true crime with me. So the reason why Jase is on today is because Jase had sent in a message to Talk TV. And
which one?
Yeah, I know. Well, you know what? So it really started off with like Jason sent a message into Talk TV, and it was it's okay, and it was in regards to, of course, the soldier that had been stabbed. Now what's the dog's name again?
Chester.
That's right.
He's gone outside. Let's talk him outside.
That's okay. And so so it was about the soldier. And so basically, Jason made this comment, which we'll listen to in a second, which was more because you guys all know that the airport one, it was at airport. Was it airport or hospital? Airport, right?
The airport, yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, the airport.
Mm-hmm. So Jase calls in. And anyways, let me quickly play those clips, okay? So he sent in the one, and then all of a sudden on WhatsApp, all of a sudden it's like, oh, Jase, he has like 2 more that he's texted in on now. Now he's just a texting fiend, it seems like, on there. But anyways, so what did you say that your ass got handed to you a bit on this first one?
Just a bit.
A little bit.
I'll explain afterwards if you want.
Yeah, I'll play all 3 clips and then we'll go back to the one and we'll go back to the story. Okay, so 1 second. Let me just take. And hey, everyone, thank you for joining the live. Like I said, we'll be talking about the soldier that got stabbed, as well as the airport incident. And then, but I also want to ask you and Mama about Jase Slater, because I know you guys have been following that a bit. That's towards the end, though. But anyways, okay, so let me just play these. Okay.
On DAB Plus, on YouTube, on your mobile, and on your side. This is Talk.
Thank you to Jason in Nuneaton, who says, I can't believe all this media coverage over Manchester Airport, the Manchester Airport incident. Not one thing mentioned since the soldier was stabbed. Disgusting. Jason, we've mentioned this a number of times on air. You may just have missed it. And the reason we're talking less about it is that criminal charges have been brought. And I mentioned just about 10 minutes ago that when criminal charges are brought, there's a limit to what you can say, because you don't want to prejudice a trial, prejudice any court action, because that could get us all in trouble. Anybody rings in, talks about it, they could get in trouble. We could get in trouble as a station. The law around this is very clear, but what I can tell you is that a man has been charged after that army officer was stabbed near a barracks in Gillingham in Kent. Anthony Eason is 24 and was arrested after the attack on Lieutenant Colonel Mark Teaton at around 5 to 6 on Tuesday. It took place in Sallyport Gardens near Brompton Barracks, headquarters of the 1 Royal School of Military Engineering Regiment. So we have covered it, Jason. We have talked about it. We're saying about all we can say at the moment, because charges have been brought and an arrest has been made. That man has been charged after the attack on the army officer, the stabbing near the barracks in Gillingham in Kent. Right, messages, that's what Jason's done. He's in Nuneaton and he says Labour get into power and blame the Conservatives for the debt. If Conservatives get back into power, they'll blame Labour for failing immigration. It's just an ongoing circle of blame game. The fact none of them can ever get anything right. Jason in Nuneaton says the police can't do right from wrong. If they don't get that involved in various incidents, they get classed as 2-tier policing, and when they do anything wrong, they get slated. The fact is that police need more support from the top.
Okay. So when it said this part right here, like on, hold on.
DAB Plus, on YouTube, on your mobile.
I was like, all I could think, I was laughing because Jase is like obviously texting away there. Okay, so let's go back to the first one, Jase. So you sent that in, and basically we're like, why are you not covering, the soldier that was, instead you're all that I'm seeing is this. Basically, that's what it sounded like.
What it was on the show, you got to be quick with the text for them to read it. But what I meant to say was all the news channels, not Talk TV. But because I was so fast texting, I missed stuff out. Not realising that Talk TV had already said 10 minutes ago before I logged onto the TV that they spoke about it. So we made it feel that small. Basically put him in place.
Yeah.
But what I meant was, the news all over the country is just focused on one thing, which was about what happened at the airport. Where I went to say was, well, there's a bigger thing. There's been a lieutenant colonel being stabbed at outside an army barracks, but nobody's talking about it, which is what's happening on the other news channels. So when I put this news channel on and started listening about the same thing I've just been listening to all day about this airport, not realising 10 minutes ago it spoke about it. I jumped in too quick.
And the thing is that it took me forever because I seen the clip in WhatsApp in the family chat. I seen the clip. It took me forever to find it because it's like a 3-hour segment. So I'm trying to look for that, and I'm going back and forth. And then all of a sudden, finally, I find it at like, I think it was like 38 minutes and 43 seconds or something like that. But because I was looking for that, I had already listened to the fact that he already said, was talking about that. And so that even made me laugh harder when I came across that clip.
It's a good thing with that news channel because, you can voice your opinion, you can text in, you can phone in, where other news stations, it's just one-sided. You've got to listen to what they basically say. So the good thing is, you can speak to them, you can send a WhatsApp message in, and you can speak to the people, and they'll read it, they read it out, and they'll have a conversation about it. So basically, I've overloaded them. I'll be getting blocked soon by them. I think they'll have enough of it.
I know, it's just like, oh, there's Jase again from Nuneaton.
Twice today, I'm on a roll. Twice today, I've managed to get some messages through.
I know. I swore in WhatsApp you said you were gonna call in this time.
I'm gonna get the courage up to call in and have a conversation online. But the trouble is, I'm all right until the answers are found. They got tongue tied.
Well, I was gonna say at the start of this live, you were kind of a little bit because obviously this is new for you. But now, like after you do this live, you're gonna be up on that phone, being like, "Hey, buddy, all right, Mr. Cardwell."
I sent him a voice message today as well, but it's never got saved.
You're gonna get addicted.
I am. I wait on every weekend now. Put Talk TV on. It's a good chance, to be honest. Put Talk TV on every weekend. If there's nothing to do, listen to the news on there, and then that's it. Then once I get rolled up and someone rolls me up, start texting.
Yeah. Oh, that was funny in group chat reading that. And then today it's just like, I seen the one come in and then I realized that there was another one. So of course I had to go find them within that 3-hour live again. But I just kind of was trying to look for the title that was underneath you. But during that live, they'll bring up like underneath of it about 4 times during that live, they'll bring up airport conduct. So I was scrolling through going, okay, where does it say airport conduct underneath of his thing? Where does it say strike? What does it say striking on?
I've caught bits of it, bits and bobs of it.
What?
I said I've caught bits and bobs of it.
Okay, I was close because I thought you said bits and bobbies.
No,
I was
no.
close.
The little lag parts don't help.
No.
When
It's probably the Wi-Fi, Stephen. Probably the Wi-Fi. I've connected the Ethernet cable in. It's probably just the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Okay, so let me play this one with the soldier, okay? This one here. Okay, I'll put it on a little bit faster speed here because I know we're just going to be here for a little bit for this live. Okay, so I'm going to play this one. Oh, you guys, for all the Jase Slater people that follow the Jase Slater case, which I'm pretty sure all you do that are in here right now, you guys want to talk about ironic, okay? Because what does this say? The alleged attacker armed with 2 kitchen knives. Like, really? Like, how ironic is that? Because in the Jase Slater case, it was about the fact of him taking basically 2 kitchen knives. And here you literally see, like, seriously, what are the chances? Okay. Only in the UK over there, it seems like. Anyways.
Everybody has a knife.
Well, the ironic thing about this, right, was part of this whole Jase Slater case was that when he left the Airbnb, that he had taken 2 kitchen knives with him. And all of a sudden I'm like looking at this and I'm like, are you kidding me? It literally says armed with 2 kitchen knives. Is there something in the UK about taking 2 kitchen knives? Because what's the chances that Jase Slater's case is the exact same thing that, that was talked about, and then we see it here kind of.
There's a big thing in the UK at the moment with knife stabbings. It's every day, every weekend. Mostly down in London. It's a big trend at the moment. It's getting out of hand.
Oh, in the US, the trend is, go to a school or a mall and shoot up people. That's pretty much the trend going on over there. So it's kind of one of those things. That's what it feels like in the US. And for anyone watching, I'm in Canada, Vancouver, Canada, with my husband. my son. No, just kidding. But anyways, but yeah, it's like that. It's like every other, day. It seems like you're hearing about a massive shooting. But in the UK, like Canada, the guns aren't as prevalent to get. So it becomes about the next best weapon, which is typically knives, right?
We've actually had police from Chicago come to this country to try and help the police out. I think it's been back maybe a year or two with knife crime because how bad it was in Chicago at the time. That's what I heard.
Hey?
You just need a giant magnet.
Yeah.
Drive around in a truck with a giant magnet and everyone just gets stuck to it.
There's a solution for everything.
What's Mama Bear saying?
He's got a solution for everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me play this one out. This is about the soldier that was stabbed. It's just gonna start off like this.
A soldier is fighting for his life after being knifed up to a dozen times just yards from a busy army base. The uniformed squaddy in his 40s was out on this residential street behind me in Chatham in Kent when he was knifed by a man jumping from a moped and armed with two full-size kitchen knives here close to the Brompton Army Barracks just before 6 p.m. on Tuesday evening. Witnesses told The Sun that the alleged attacker carrying those two knives then attacked the man all over, leaving him with wounds on his legs, on his arms and on his chest as well. In the moments afterwards, witnesses said the man took one of the knives he just used to attack the soldier and then shockingly licked it in front of onlookers who had gathered around in the aftermath of this attack. A woman is also said to have fled from one of the homes and tried to haul the man from the squaddy. That woman, believed to be the man's wife, then started literally directing traffic, ordering other soldiers in the area, any onlookers, to start administering first aid to the man and try and apply pressure to some of the many wounds all over his body. The Sun understands that the first people on the scene responding to the incident were private army security guards on an evening round of some of the area here in a very popular military area with the barracks, Brompton Barracks, just 200 metres away from here. It's also understood that GPs and doctors from the Brompton Medical Centre, which treats hundreds of the soldiers and military families that live around here, charged from the surgery down into Sallyport Gardens, where they too helped administer first aid. This morning, Kent Police said that a 24-year-old man had been arrested on suspicion of attempted murder. At the scene last night, some witnesses took photos of the man who was nicked by cops. It's understood he fled on a Honda moped and was arrested a short time later after the attack happened in a nearby residential street. In the images shared by residents around here, the man is wearing a ski mask and a £100 Urban Outfitters NASA branded jacket. This morning, locals said that some of the screams that the victim let out as he was first attacked were so piercing and so loud that they actually reached some of the inside of the houses off of the street and in neighbouring streets, triggering loads of locals to come out and see really what had happened. It's understood that a dozen locals helped treat the man at the scene in conjunction with police, paramedics and some of the GPs from the nearby medical centre. This morning, condemnation of the attack has been widespread. The Home Secretary has called it horrific, and the Chief of the Defence Staff, the new head of the Army, General Sir Rody Walker, said it was horrific and unprovoked. In a statement online, he added, "I am deeply saddened by the horrific and unprovoked attack on an officer yesterday. Our armed forces make extraordinary sacrifices to defend our nation and deserve to be respected. My thoughts and best wishes are with him and his family. They have the full support of the chain of command as they recover from this horrendous incident." That man, we understand, is still in hospital. He is still in a serious condition. Is being treated for some of the many wounds left in this horrific attack as police and everyone else seek answers as to just how and why this happened. There is also a real sense of shock, genuine shock, in this community. It's an incredibly quiet area, home to many military families, some of which are the 1,000 troops or so that are stationed at Brompton Barracks, which is home to the Royal School of Engineering, very important institution within the military. And nothing like this really has ever happened around here before. It's evoked memories, of course, of the 2013 attack on Fusilier Lee Rigby outside Woolwich Barracks in southeast London. That horrific incident was terror related and was inspired by Islamism and extremist radical religious beliefs. This incident, not terror related, at least that's what the early indications are saying, according to the Home Office. And so there will be a scramble now to establish a motive and work out exactly why this horror unfolded in the way that it did in such dramatic circumstances and in a way but has left a British Army officer fighting for his life in hospital.
We didn't see the moment it happened, but we certainly heard the screaming, shouting. I walked to the corner probably a minute and a half after the incident. There was around 10 people standing around the victim, about five of us on the other side of the road. It was pandemonium. You could just see the man on the floor. We all thought that he perhaps passed away immediately because he wasn't moving, but I think perhaps they told the guy to stay still with all the multiple wounds that he had. But no, from where we stood, we couldn't see any blood. There's a security team that go around this area. They were quick to the scene. Obviously, there were army colleagues there. There were probably about 8 or 9 of them on the floor with the victim, just holding him down, telling him not to move. I think the paramedics were there a good probably 12, 13 minutes after the incident, so relatively quickly.
All personnel are to proceed to the nearest public building. Once in the building, you are not to leave for any reason until authorised at the end of the operation. All personnel in or entering a building are to have their identity checked. Any personnel that cannot confirm their identity are to be held and the guardroom informed. I say again,
utterly ghastly. Those who would lay down their lives for our democracy, to protect our freedoms and everything that we enjoy, should be respected and admired by this nation and not be subject to such brutal attacks. Well, police officers are the first on scene of a case like this, immediately focus on protecting life. So it is the rendering of first aid to anybody who's been harmed in such an incident. But they have quite a careful line to tread because, of course, as well as looking to preserve life, they also need to be very mindful that they are probably in a crime scene that could give up vital evidence, vital forensic evidence, for example. So even though the first thought is preserve life if you possibly can, it is also maintain an awareness of your environment and think crime scene as well. I'm sure the wonderful British military has already sent directives to all its staff, to all its soldiers, seamen, airmen and women, telling them to take extra precautions, to be very aware of wearing uniform in public. And it is so utterly appalling that those who would protect us and lay down their lives for us now are going to have to take, once again, extra precautions because it would appear there are knife-wielding, savage maniacs who would seek to do some of them harm. We always hear about reassurance patrols and an added police presence whenever there is a serious crime. Sadly, of course, those patrols are often too late. Who can say what crimes could be prevented if we had police officers regularly patrolling the streets as a very visible deterrent? But yes, the fear now would be of copycat attacks on members of our military.
Okay, yeah. So that's very horrific. And then we obviously still don't know, obviously, a reason why that this poor soldier was stabbed. Correct, Jase? Did you Google it?
So no, say again.
Go ahead.
A little bit on that. Well, this officer was a lieutenant colonel, which a lieutenant, because I'm ex-military myself, I know what's going on behind it. The lieutenant colonel, 9 times out of 10, is the commanding officer of the camp. So basically, he's in charge of the camp, and that's the person that was stabbed.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's just really sad. Like you said, it's like, like in the US, it's guns more so, in the UK, knives, and it's just, like these unprovoked attacks. And then it just leaves you, I don't know, like crazy, eh? Crazy. Did you have anything to say about this one, honey?
Nope.
Did you hear about it?
I didn't hear about it, no.
Well,
I don't pay attention to the news, do I?
Mostly.
That's
sometimes.
the first time I've seen the actual footage.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Anyways. And so the other one here, hold on a second. Okay, so let's go to stop screen for a sec. And so anyways, prayers to what did Mama say?
Vicky and Terry and watching me on the telly.
Oh. Shout out to Mama Bear. Okay, so this is the one.
On the chat.
If you're going to talk, get close to the mic, woman.
It said Ricky and Terry said hi on the chat.
Oh, I don't even see the chat. Where is the chat?
Oh, you'd have to open up another member screen on there. Yeah.
Well, I'm not doing that for Ricky and Terry.
So, Sonny, you know when you've watched, you know when you've watched these two videos, you've watched the first one, the military, then you watched the second one, the police. Now, my point is, because I'm passionate about the military in my country, because I'm ex-military, that what I've seen about the soldier should be a big, massive thing, but it's all been focused on this police. This is my point.
Yeah, and right now I know the UK works differently than over, say, in the US and Canada. Like kind of what they said over there is like, so John from Crime Scene to Courtroom, shout out to John as my buddy. So he covers, like, he lives in the UK over there in I think Bristol area, and how things are reported on or what can be done once somebody's been charged is quite different. So in the US and Canada, we can freely really just talk about whatever case and whatever we want. But over in the UK, they're a lot more stricter on not trying to jeopardize a case. And so I know when he was working on the Lucy Leppy case, you remember that one? Lucy Leppy, the one with the babies, that, you know, he couldn't talk about certain things until the process was complete, you know, and then after that, he was able to get the transcribes and stuff like that. But I know it works differently on how things can be reported in the UK as well. So kind of like what he said to you there was like, you know, like once a charge has been, you know, brought on, they can't jeopardize the case and talk about certain things, right? And it was kind of what he said to you there. And then of course this thing. Now, in all fairness, I shouldn't even say in all fairness, but when it comes to media, all they it's okay. I'll just mute for a sec. I'll just mute you, Jase, for a sec. All they want is whatever gives them a click and a view, right? And so something like that airport attack is gonna, in a sense, take over this story because people are more drawn, sadly, to violence like that, you know, but that's just the way it is, honestly. It's sad, but it's true. And so news stations, kind of like YouTube creators, they'll, you know, whatever title, whatever coverage will give them the most views. That's all they care about. You know, at the end of the day, that's all that they care about. They just care about getting people to watch their stuff, right? It's all about ratings and coverage and stuff like that. Anyway, so something like this, I can see why this took the forefront in a sense, because it's one of those things that, like I said, people just gravitate to more of this type of violence when they see it. At least that's my thoughts. And I see it all the time, to be honest with you. But
so why is this Manchester thing a thing? Is it just because the way the police handled it?
Yes.
They kicked the dude in the head?
Yes, yeah.
Have you seen the footage beforehand where they all jumped on him, on the policeman, and kicking his head in?
Yeah, we're gonna watch that.
They only showed the part where the policeman kicked him in the head. That's it.
Well, we'll let me play the clip and then we'll quickly talk about it. I'll put it on a little bit of fast forward here. We'll do this speed.
Where a video from the Manchester airport is going viral. It shows police officers beating up two men. They're seen kicking their heads and pinning them down to the floor. The incident has since triggered a lot of outrage. These men were British Pakistanis, and the police have been accused of racism. But what led to this incident in the first place is this police brutality. Is it justified? Our next report tells you.
No, you don't come here. You don't come here. It's a video that's doing the rounds on the internet. In the first few seconds, you see a police officer.
He's holding a taser over a man. You can see the man lying on the ground. Next to this man is a woman in a hijab. She's pleading with the officers to stop, but it gets worse. The officer goes ahead to kick the man's head. He again stomps his head with his boot, finally using his knee to pin him down. The officer then moves to another man. He tells him to kneel. The man is seen obeying, but the officer kicks him in the stomach. He then pins him down too. Amid all this, 2 female officers are also seen present. They try to prevent 3 men from filming the whole incident. This took place at the Manchester airport. The police in the video are British police officers. The arrested men and women belong to a British-Pakistani family. Ever since the video was shared, it's left social media enraged. The police have been accused of racism. There were also protests outside the Manchester police headquarters. People joined in to denounce police brutality, and they demanded accountability.
Was shot dead.
Pakistan too waded into this. Its Foreign Office spokesperson raised concerns about the excessive use of force in the video. The Pakistan mission in Manchester also jumped into action. It got in touch with the community and also talked to the local police. But what exactly led to this incident? The police have now come up with a statement. They say it started when the police tried to arrest one of the family members. That led to a clash. 3 officers were assaulted. 1 police officer ended up breaking her nose. This triggered the incident that has now gone viral. Manchester police also acknowledged the conduct of its police officers. One of them has been suspended since then. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer too spoke about this.
Well, I have seen the footage, and for that reason, I do understand the public concern. Obviously, action has now been taken in relation to the suspension of an officer, and the Home Secretary is already having those discussions with the Mayor of Manchester. I think they've already happened, or they're taking place as we speak.
But the public, as well as UK lawmakers, aren't satisfied with this. They want an independent probe. And while the trigger for the current incident is yet to be established, questions are being raised over anti-Muslim hate crimes in the UK. It has only surged since the Gaza war last October. Reports suggest there has been a 335% increase in crimes targeting Muslims in the United Kingdom. Between October 7th and the 7th of February, there have been 2,010 Islamophobic incidents. Muslim women were targeted in 2 out of every 3 recorded incidents, which makes this latest incident even more alarming. British trade unionist Howard Beckett has described the attack as the most brutal of police assaults on 2 men. For now, the Manchester police is probing the incident, but they have a lot of questions to answer. One of the most important being what justified this brutal assault.
King their heads.
With that one, let's say that. Okay.
So now that they should show the actual footage of what happened. That's what they should show. Of like 4 dudes jumping the police from behind, and they're all on the ground, and the police getting beat up.
Ben asked, yeah, do you guys have body cams? You guys wear body cams, I'm pretty sure.
They do.
Yeah. Okay.
It's,
So that
it's where it is at the moment. I've been watching the news today. It's the body cams and the airport CCTV have been withheld because it's obviously going through a disciplinary. The officer's been suspended, so it's all going through a disciplinary. So the body cams and the CCTV of actually what happened beforehand can't be released.
Right. Yeah.
I seen it earlier on Twitter, so someone leaked it.
Oh, you did see it?
No, that's what I've heard. I haven't seen much of it. I've just seen what you've just shown.
The airport, someone else is saying it's been released. I just seen it on Twitter earlier on. It's you see the dude like going to arrest, I think, or a female officer going to arrest a female. I can't remember, but as they went to go to do that, there's like 4 or 5 guys behind the police jumped on the police and started attacking them, and 2 of the officers, I believe, went to the ground while they were getting beat up. So as they got back up, the police have to control the thing, whatever it is that's going on, show force, I guess. Should he have kicked him in the head? No. After he was already down. Other than that, you have to control the situation. And they're outnumbered, and they don't know how many more are coming to attack them. There's only a couple of policemen there.
Exactly, and because it's an airport as well, what's been happening in airports in the past?
Yeah.
You're talking on police here. You've got to be careful in airports what goes on. I mean, the police officer, she sustained 3 broken bones in her nose. Plus, there was 2 other police officers
Exactly.
assaulted. But none of that's been shown, Stephen. Well,
Nothing.
until now.
All they're showing is a policeman kicking a Muslim man in the head. That's it.
Do you have that Twitter, honey? That one?
I don't know. I've been trying to look for it. It was
okay.
earlier this morning.
Okay. So let me go ahead,
This
Jase.
is what I was saying. I was on the news, when I was looking on the news all week. This is what's been shown on the news 24/7 about this police incident in the airport, but you see nothing about the soldier. That was my point. That was my point exactly.
Right, right. Because this is more sensational than the soldier. Unfortunately, that's just the bottom line of it, right? Yeah. I mean,
it's a big story.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of happens like even with the missing cases, right? One person could go missing, like Jase Slater. Other people could go missing on that same day. And then it's just
I found it, baby. I'll send it you.
Did you find it, honey? Okay. You're going to send it through my messenger, correct?
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Hi,
and
Terry.
The dude who got kicked in the head on the floor, you see him full on swing punching at the police.
Okay. Terry Gibbs is in the house. Another relative. That's husband's brother's significant other. Maybe one day.
I've sent it to you.
But
okay.
The problem is that police officer has been suspended. He's probably been undrawn and quartered before it's gone to the court or disciplinary, because everything that's going on with the news and everything else, because it's all kicking off about it until they see the facts of exactly what's happened.
Okay, so let's take a look at this quickly. Thank you, husband. Okay, so we'll make this bigger. It's 29 seconds.
So you see the police at the top. They go to, as far as I can tell, they go to arrest the dude at the top in the blue, and then it just starts kicking off.
Let me make it bigger for everybody. Okay, I gotta go back and watch that again.
And then as that dude comes over, starts punching the police in the face.
Dang.
And that's when they tase him and he falls down.
Oh.
And then that's when the dude obviously goes to control the situation.
Okay.
Should he have kicked him in the head then? No, he shouldn't have done that for sure. But they have to control the situation.
Right. They start coming in and attacking.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah.
They're punching all the police in the back of the head and the face. That's when
look at the guy to the right there, or to the right. Yeah.
And then
he freaking comes flailing.
And that's when he got tasered, and that's when he's on the ground, and that dude getting punched in the head. That's when obviously it's like a revenge kick for getting punched in the head so many times.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have kicked him in the head for sure, but if it's a street fight, you're kicking him in the head.
Okay, that female. It's the one that obviously popped up.
That's what
she got a punch. Oh, did you see the way he punched her out right there?
That's when she broke her nose.
Look at that.
This is what the news should be playing, not just the one perspective.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I know, because sometimes, it's kind of like your instincts kind of kick in versus
you're having a fight. Someone's just been punching you in the head like 6 times. If it's me, I'm kicking you in the head now. You're on the floor, but I'm not a policeman.
Right. And that's the thing, right? I guess it's kind of like anything, is that, no matter what's going on, you still got to uphold, your, what your procedures are, your you know what I mean?
And you've got to remove the threats for sure.
Yeah.
And if it's now tased on the floor, he's no longer a threat, but the rest of his friends are, who have just been attacking you.
Yeah.
So you just got to remove the threats as you can. But yeah, kicking him in the face as a policeman, you shouldn't. But if it's me in a street fight, I'm kicking you in the face.
Right, exactly.
So throughout the video, you see droplets of bits on the floor, like little red drops, spots everywhere. That is off the female police officer, not the guys. I mean, it's also as well, being to an airport, I shouldn't say this, but being to an airport, you know nothing about these people. Could they be carrying knives? That's another thing.
Yeah.
Which still doesn't understand why they kicked him in the head, but it's one of them, eh?
Like when you see this, you can put it way more into perspective, but it obviously didn't justify the police officer kicking him in the head and stomping on it.
No, but it seems like he's the only male officer there, and he's got 2 women getting beat up, and he's there by himself.
Let's see. Yeah, there's 2 females. Him.
He's the only one there who has to take control because
Yeah.
he's the only male officer by the looks of it.
Yeah. Damn.
Well, on the other
Oh,
hand, Sonny,
goodness.
if they'd have got the better of the police, so the police are armed,
Yeah. Like, look at this. Crazy.
would have been a big, massive thing made about it? Probably not.
Yeah. Ooh. You know, they started it. This was their fault. But unfortunately,
No, I've heard some.
Go ahead, Jase.
I've heard some stories. There was a ticket booth, and the police was called to ticket booth, and they was asked to be searched. The guys have turned around and says, "You can't search the lady because she's Muslim." This is what I've heard, and that's what fueled it all off.
Right. Which is what I heard as well. You know, at the end of the day, sorry, but the Muslims started this. And this,
and then
this
they
is
plead
crazy.
racism.
To actually see this part of the footage as well, you know, on top of the other footage. Now, you know, does 2 rights make a wrong? Obviously, you know, I bet you that police officer, and honestly, I feel sorry for the dude because, you know, in a sense, I actually do, because it's kind of like your gut instinct kicks in. It's like a full-on brawl here, and it's almost like, you know, he lapsed his judgment there, you know, for a moment.
But also,
obviously,
the stress going that high of you fighting so many people, he doesn't know if he's probably been
Right.
stabbed 15 times.
Dang.
You have no idea what's going on.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
The police didn't start it.
So you know that text I sent in today, right? Now there's something happened in Leeds when it caused a big, massive riot. The police never got involved, and they got slated. This is what I was saying on that comment to the Talk TV. The police can't do right from wrong, because if they do stand back and not get involved and let the riot happen like they did, they get slated. If they get involved, like they have done here, they get slated, but they get no support. So the police at the moment are getting slated in this country for not doing right for wrong, and it's called 2-tier policing.
yeah, I heard you say that. I wasn't sure what you meant by that when you said 2-tier policing.
It's got 1 rule for Muslims.
It's basically one rule for one rule for another. That's what
Yeah.
that's what basically 2-tier policing
Yeah.
is.
You know, what do you guys feel about this? Because, you know, like, and this always gets me to no end, is that there wasn't, to me, there's nothing about this being a racial thing. And yet,
I
you know,
don't
some
think it is
people
at
are
all.
calling it that, of course. But yet, if somebody has to be searched like anybody else, you know, and that seems to be the root of the cause here, let's just
And
say.
they have a female officer to search a female civilian, and then they just all jumped on the back of the police and started punching them in the head.
You know, so.
But the
And how's that
problem is,
racist? Yeah, it is racist then. It's racist to the white people.
the problem is as well. The problem is as well. The first CCTV footage that was done on a mobile phone was released straight away. The media was all over it. The media was showing on telly. It's caused an uproar in the area at
Yeah, it's
Rochdale.
because it's the people who attacked posted the footage before the police could put theirs out to defend them.
Yeah,
And they shouldn't have
They
released
have
it yet.
steps to do.
Yeah, but they shouldn't have released it yet until the facts was right to come out, and it might have stopped all the riots and everything else. They shouldn't
Yeah.
release it until the facts have come out.
But unfortunately, like I said, people nowadays walk around with their cameras on record, you know, and post, you know, instantly. And then, like I said, so we see one side, but now that we see this side, you know, exactly what was kind of going on, and I'm watching these police officers being freaking brutally attacked first, you know, is just insane. And if they want to call racism on this, I'm sorry. Then, like I said, like what my husband says, no, then they're racist. Honestly, then because go ahead.
Go on, sorry.
No, it just pisses me off when racism comes into it, when there's clearly set rules in the laws that we have. And if you can't abide by them, then don't effing fucking fly. You know, if you can't follow the rules of the country or any country that you go to, and you can't follow those rules, and then that provokes this, you know, and then they want to scream racism. No, it's not racism. It's just like anybody else. You're no more special than anybody else in this world.
That's the first time I've seen that footage you've just showed, and I can't believe what I've just seen. That's the first time I've seen it.
The officer, yes, I agree. Like I do feel badly for this officer because, you know, like I can understand where a situation got escalated like that, but he obviously lost judgment, you know, during that moment.
Well, the footage just shows him being tased, and then the policeman just kicks him in the face when he's down.
Yeah, you know,
has no context to it whatsoever. Yeah, he shouldn't have kicked him in the face for sure.
No,
he's
stomped
just
on
been
his head.
punched in the head. It's been in a fight for like 3 people.
You know what?
But this is what's been on the news all week, is what that police officer done.
Yeah.
There's been nothing said, or hardly anything said, how the female officer is with 3 broken nose. Now, the guy, obviously putting a complaint in or whatever that's going on. What happens to that guy that broke her nose in 3 places? Nothing's been said about that.
Yeah,
because it's racist, I guess. That he punched her in the face, broke her nose, but yet he gets away with it because we can't say anything to him. It's just stupid.
Yeah,
this is why I don't watch the news, because it gets me so angry.
Honestly,
that's why my thumbs have been getting into overdrive all week.
Yeah, that's right. Talk TV. Right.
I get rolled up when I see stuff like that.
I do too. You know, I mean, I hate a race card being played when it's just like someone usually wants to scream racism to like situations that it doesn't even belong there whatsoever. And it just pisses me off to no end, because there are certain things that people do that, of course, that are racist, right? Obviously. But sometimes I feel like that race card gets used. And in this case, I don't feel like if they wanted to check her and do whatever, like I said, they're not special. They're no special than anybody else. And so if they had an issue with that, again, then don't fly into the country then.
It's like a thing in this country now, it's like it's been on the news all week when they're going about the word illegal immigrants. That word has gone now. It's called irregular migration or something like that. Irregulars. They've changed the word from illegal.
What was it called before?
Illegal immigrants if they come into the country. But now the government are changing the wording to irregular migration people, because it's offending people.
Oh, for
somebody. That's mad.
It's just ridiculous.
You're an immigrant in the country, and because we call you an immigrant, you're offended. Well, then don't come. Stay the fuck out.
By law, the word illegal immigrant means you've come into the country illegal. And the reason I've been big on this legal immigrant thing is because, obviously, you know, from when Ryan went to Canada, the hassle his mum had to go through, which took about a year and a half, sorting his visa out, his paperwork out, putting money into his bank, whoever supported that. Things we had to go through took a long period of time, but yeah, you can come on the boat and just claim asylum, claim the benefits, claim hospital, everything you can claim for. That's why it's been a big thing of mine at the moment.
This somewhat reminds me, like not even close to this extent, but this reminds me of this piano player out there in the UK. Can't think of his name, Brent Kavanaugh or something like that. And this reminds me of a little bit of when he was playing the piano and these Japanese and I think Chinese were in the background. And all of a sudden, like they were there the whole time, and all of a sudden they were basically they come over here is telling him, you know, that all of a sudden they can't record him because of whatever cultural thing, blah 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 blah. And he's like, free country, I can record all I want. Like what? Like, but anyways, it got made a big deal of for quite a few days, and the joke of it was, again, the racist card came out. It wasn't about racist whatsoever. It was about the fact that if you have the right to record and you don't want to be recorded and you know that it's being recorded and you're standing there, too bad. You're in a public place. You know, when you're in a public place, you can be recorded because that's why it's called public.
When you have legs, you can just walk away.
Well, right. But instead, and then this one guy gets all uppity and stuff like that. Anyways, now I do have to show you something that made me freaking laugh so hard because okay. And we're going to get going. Jase, you got about another 10 minutes?
Yeah, that's fine. Sorry, no rush.
Okay. I have to show you this. So I haven't paid attention to the Olympics in a long time, but I almost freaking died laughing because I didn't know what the heck was going on when I first seen this.
You know about the one in Paris or France?
Yeah.
That is the biggest joke I've seen in my... Oh, my God.
Okay, hold on a second.
I always remember, before you do anything, when the Hunger Games came out and you got the people living in the city, I said when the Hunger Games came out, this is exactly what the future is going to be like. And it is exactly how it is. It makes me laugh.
Okay. So let me play that. Okay. So I seen Cinema. Okay. And all of a sudden I'm watching this. I'm like, well, what the fuck is this? What's actually, no, that's not the one I want to play first. Hold on. I want to play this first. And then it says it's like for the 2024 Olympics.
It's the opening ceremony.
What the fuck is that? A fucking fruit bowl? Big fruit bowl?
Yeah, it's supposed to be, I guess. Wait to see the other people.
And don't get me wrong, I don't give a fuck what anyone, how they live their life, if they're tranny, if they're, you know,
it's got
gay,
nothing to do with the Olympics. It's about being the best at sport.
But
not
what the
just
fuck
as a
is
Smurf.
this? Like, what the fuck is that? Like, seriously, who wants to watch some guy in freaking blue paste?
No, there's another one as well. You know the people behind? The people... No. What's funny is the people standing behind, there's one of them, and his nuts are hanging out of his dress, and you see it. And the people in the comments are like, I really don't want my kids watching someone's nuts hang out in a ceremony.
Well, you see his sack right there.
It's ridiculous. It's about who's the best at sports.
That's
not
awesome.
dressing up as a ginger beard Smurf.
But what was the purpose of this? Like, what the fuck? Like, look at his nutsack hanging down. Twinkle, 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 twinkle.
It looks like Keith Lemon.
Yeah, he does.
Okay, so this is my comment right here. I may have wet my pants. Hey, hold on. Where's the other one? No, hold on. I gotta go find it. Cinnamon shotgun. Yeah, and then what? Okay, wait, was it? Okay, there's that. Right here. What? And then again, what the fuck is this? Was said, what does this have to do with sports? Like, if this was for, like I said, some sort of event other than the freaking opening, you know, I would have been like, oh, cool, you know. But watching some guy tingle his nuts around, I come out of a fruit bowl. Like,
if you keep scrolling down, you probably see some dude's nuts hanging out. I don't know.
Stephen, you look like Keith Lemon.
Oh, it's on Twitter. There's someone zoomed in on a picture of it. It's hard to miss.
I'm sorry, but I'm just at a loss because I agree. Like, what the heck does that have to do with 2024 Olympics? I guess, right? Yeah. By the same token, it's pretty comical as well.
Maybe that was the plan, to get everyone talking, because it's making us talk about it.
Big blue cherub sitting in the middle of a table. Okay, all right. Okay. Okay, I gotta stop that. Oh my goodness. You guys, I only seen a portion of it. I didn't see it all. Anyways, well, happy 2024 Olympics. Okay, so before we get going
We
here,
was on about this today. We was on about
eh?
today. We was on about today. The best Olympics was 2012, where GB, Great Britain, done the opening and closing ceremony. It was absolutely brilliant.
So I feel like you're cherry picking your own country there, because I feel like 2008 Canada in Calgary, and I was at it.
Are you even in the Olympics, other than skiing or hockey?
Who?
Canada.
Shush. Hush
Who
your
can
mouth.
sit outside in the cold the longest?
Wait, hold on a second here. Oh my god, dying. Sending this still. Oh, note to self, by the way, I got your email with the Jase Slater tribute, by the way. Okay, let me ask you quickly. Jase Slater, you know this case, right?
And me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, from what you were watching of it, what do you feel about this case?
Well, some of the stuff I've heard, i.e., he stole the Rolex. Is that true?
Well,
but the point is, when they found him, I heard he stole the Rolex of somebody. But when they found him, I'm not sure whether they found the Rolex or not. So if they never found the Rolex, then where would that Rolex be? Is it somebody's took it off him when they dumped him, or is he been dumped or not been dumped? That's the thing I was questioning.
Do you think there's foul play here, Jase?
I don't know, because what should have happened is the British police went in, because we've got a good search, we've got a very good search and rescue team, and we've got good detectives and stuff like that. But the only problem is you're stepping on the Spanish people's toes. That's what they were saying. They don't want it because it's going to make them look a bit small and stupid if they recover the body and recover. But the trouble is, all the evidence or anything, if there's any foul play, would have disappeared because it took so long.
Yeah. Oh, do you know that douchebag 1 and douchebag 2, Ayab and Rocky there are telling I seen Michelle After Dark posted it, and then I went to I think it was Cold Cases with Claudette or something, Colette. So I call them douchebag 1 and 2, Twiddledee, Twiddledummer, basically, that they're literally telling people to go onto Telegram, and they act like they're gonna show them how to invest in crypto, and that for a fee that they'll tell them the Jase about all the Jase Slater stuff, like that they got photos and videos that if they pay for it, right? If they pay for that information, they'll give it to them. What? Those are the two that were in the Airbnb with Jay. Okay.
That's good, yeah. They come back to you.
So, like I said, so today, all of a sudden they're putting out there that if people pay them for information to talk about Jay Slater's case, that they'll be more than willing to for a fee. Isn't that disgusting?
They probably will talk about it, but it's going to be no different from what you've seen on social media, on the news, or anything else. There's going to be no facts in it. They'll just tell you it might be turned up, whatever happened in the house that was in, or the apartment, wherever it was. But you'll never get any facts of what's actually happened. It's just a money making scheme.
Oh yeah, of course. I know. It's just, but just what douchebags, what pigs, what slime balls, what scum buckets. Honestly, literally, it doesn't shock me I mean, Ayab spent 9.5 years in prison selling drugs. Yeah. The other guy, Rockefeller there, he probably did some time himself. They're just a bunch of con men, bunch of bullshitters. So as for the Rolex, we actually don't truthfully know about this Rolex. We know that there's a Snapchat video that went out about, and it's not even a Rolex, it's an AP watch. I don't know how to pronounce the name. Agapachi Watchy something or whatever. Sorry to say AP. But anyway, so according to Mark William Thomas, it's real. Like that he talked to Jay Slater's friends, that he would never make something like that up. So we truly don't know how real or not it is, but we also won't know probably if that watch was found with them or not. Like, you know.
It's just a disaster from start to finish.
Yeah, like don't you feel like, and Steve, you as well, like to me, I don't, I like to usually go down the straight and narrow of a case, and then if I have to veer off because of information, then so be it. But honestly, what a messed up case, like from start to finish, like you said. um just there's so many things that don't make sense about him going the wrong way. Maybe he did it on purpose, maybe he didn't. Did he leave with two knives? Did he not? Why, like, he obviously just didn't go up there just to go, hey, let me just come hang with you guys. There's more to this story than that. Lucy Law, Lucy May Law there, little tramp stamp, she literally turns her head from the interviews. Why? Because obviously she doesn't want to let the other people on Tenerife know, because she's, into selling drugs, allegedly, and stuff herself. Anyways, hence why her back of her head was showing. But anyways, just, yeah, I don't.
What should have happened, Sonny? Sometimes you've got to swallow your pride, and you can never have enough help. If one country, is offering to show that support, what things that this country do, like I said, search and rescue, good detectives, everything else, you can never have enough help. Sometimes you've got to swallow your pride. Sometimes if you're too ignorant, then you're just basically piss in the wind.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it took 29, like, hey, this is a good one. After 29 days, how do you get fingerprints off a corpse after 29 days in that type of weather? Now, there was a forensic student that was on his final year, and he said in that type of temperature that 4 days is max to get fingerprints. And yet they managed to get fingerprints 29 days. Possible, maybe, I guess. But according to this forensic student, who I think had 1 year left, he was like, no, 4 days max in that type of heat and condition. Which reminds me, just a reminder. So after this live, not too long, I am going to do another live. I can show you now, instead of people guessing anymore, I will show you exactly where Jay Slater was found. None of this, only because I came across it. But we'll talk about that in the next live. I'll do just specifically on Jay Slater. Husband, what do you think? Foul play, or he just fell in? That he was just...
It's, I don't know. If he didn't say anything as he was leaving the room or wherever the hell it was, it's because he said that he's going back to the hotel or whatever it was in the morning when he left the B&B. Or whatever. Either way, whenever he left to get the bus or didn't get the bus, or he left the B&B or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like if none of that was there, I'd say it's foul play. But because how do I explain it? I don't know, because you heard from him before he left the B&B. It shows that he wasn't with anybody as he knew as a threat, or he didn't let anybody else know he was with people. And then from that, it just seems like he just walked off, got himself lost, and then died.
Yeah.
Whereas if he didn't hear nothing from the B&B, you could say that he got taken because he didn't manage to get any contact off.
Right.
Whereas he did say that I've got 2% battery or whatever it was, or I've got no water, or blah, 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 whatever. He said something just to suggest he wasn't kidnapped.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he just walked off for no reason and died, which that makes zero sense to me either.
Now, going back on that, obviously, like you just said, he walked off in the middle of the night, walking around rocky areas. Now, going back a few weeks, we had a TV personality that was on holiday, and he was saying again, walking around the rocks. He's a very known TV personality.
Oh, yeah.
Like a doctor type thing. Now, the same thing happened to him, but he actually fell and slipped, and he must have fell down some sort of pothole or something. So it just shows it's easily done. If it's a middle of night as well, no lights except obviously what's in the sky, anything can happen.
Yeah. And I think I remember that one, Jase, hearing about that, because I remember being a TV personality on there. Now, so on the next live, I will show you exactly where Jay went down. Somebody dying there?
Stephen, can you tell Ryan to shut up?
Yeah. Tell Ryan to come on camera.
Yeah, he's over dramatic.
Mama Bear did. Mama Bear, are you there?
Yeah.
Mama Bear.
He's doing this.
Come closer to the microphone.
I've got the cat and the dog on me.
I've got the cat and the dog by her.
Okay.
So you Ventura?
Yeah. You got Charlie lying on that and Chester lying next to her.
Jase Slater, Mama Bear. Foul play or that he died accidentally?
I don't know. I just really ain't got a clue. I'm 50-50 with it. I really am.
It hurts my brain too, because I think that the thing is that we would have to know about the knives. Is that true or is it not true? Did he just go the wrong way? Everything about this case is just
I thought he left in the morning when it was light.
He did at 8 o'clock.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah. And then
I do think that it's been used somehow, though. I do think someone's took the piss out of him as like a mule or something like that. And he's not realising what he's getting into.
Probably. I feel like that. It's kind of like part of me feels like there's definitely more to the story than meets the eye. Absolutely. Yeah. But go ahead, Mama.
I think it's been used somehow. Like, you know what I mean? Manipulated and used. And then he's not realised what trouble he's got in, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So we got to look at as well with these holiday countries, such as Spain, these holiday resort places such as that. They want it done quickly as possible. They do not want the bad publicity because it's bad on their tourism.
Right. I mean, honestly, in all fairness, if it wasn't for the news and the sleuths bringing this story like full out there, honestly, they wouldn't have cared about some fucking white dude that freaking was visiting that got lost. They'd go, okay, let's put in a little bit of effort, and then but because to me, this is just my personal opinion, but because the news media basically exploded and the sleuths exploded this case, they had to do something. You have to look good somewhat. You have to look like you're putting in the effort. I don't think that this effort would have been that great if it had been another idiot that lost his life in the ravine. That's how it probably would have been had it not been for this mass explosion of Jay Slater, because you got to save face regardless. And I'm sorry, but just like Mexico, I think that in Tenerife, and it's just my opinion, all you have to do is throw some money some way, and they're just as corrupt as anybody, right? They might be some really good people there, don't get me wrong, but I'm sorry, but typically on those Spanish islands and stuff like that, usually it's a whole different ball of wax when it comes to the police and to me getting money. That's just me speaking out of my ass, but that's how it feels to me. Like,
as soon as the media get hold of it, it becomes a massive thing. Now, as soon as this happened, a lot of families have come forward and says they've had a son go missing in there, a daughter go missing, their son's gone missing. Nothing's ever been said. As soon as the media clop onto it, as soon as it's on that TV, it becomes a massive thing.
Yeah, it really does make me sad because this case garnered over 70,000 in GoFundMe money, for Jase Slater. And don't get me wrong, again, I'm all about loving, caring, kindness, being generous and paying it forward and helping people out and stuff like that. But it does make me feel sad for all these other cases. Like, for instance, I just looked at the GoFundMe that was for, I think it was for Ben Ross at the time. And it was like 3,000 whatever pounds, right? And it was just kind of like, take a piss. You have Delphi murders in Indiana, whatever, 235K or whatever the heck it's at. I think it's even more than that. More like, I can't even remember anymore. Anyways, well over probably 300K. And then you had the poor Flora Fire girls that is in the same vicinity. 4 girls. The mother lost all her 4 daughters in a fire. And they basically had to make up cookbooks and try to get money. And their case got overshadowed by the Delphi case. So that's where it bugs me, because I wish my stepdad will always say, if one thing there's about Sunny, she always, whenever he gives us our personalities, my stepdad did, everything has to be fair. I always just want things to be fair, not, this person gets this and this person gets that. I just wish in my heart that everyone that's missing their child, most people could only dream to have $70,000 to get gifted to them by the generosity of people. And there's other people that struggle just to try to pay for a coffin or for a funeral, and in the same type of circumstance, in a sense. So that's what makes me sad about it all. Not to take away from Jase Slater's case, but just in general, I just hate it when I see other people that just their GoFundMes are a couple thousand, and these people have gotten over 70,000. But good on people for, being generous and helping out, because it takes a lot of money, right, to send the child back over to the UK. Do you think that there's going to be an autopsy done in the UK, Jase, as well? Or no?
I should imagine so. They're going to want that. Obviously, the parents will want it. It all boils down to the parents. I should imagine so. I can't see why not.
We'll see.
I should imagine. Yeah, I should imagine so. Yeah.
Eh?
I should imagine so. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna get going now on this one. Husband, did you have anything else to say?
I'm hungry.
That's a good one.
But no. I'm good.
Are you? Forgot about you.
Oh yeah, I've got my UFC to watch in a bit, but yeah, other than that.
Oh, right. Okay. And Jase, is there anything that well, first of all, you guys, so if anyone that's watching this doesn't know, that's my husband down at the bottom. That's Jase, my husband's mother's significant other, Jase from Nuneaton. He joined us today. So I want to say, Jase, and what a pleasure, honestly. I'm so glad that you came on. I was so excited because I thought you were joking around. And I was like, see, Mama Bear, Jase doesn't mind. Jase is going to come on. Maybe Mama Bear will do it one day too. Because I love the family thing. And you guys watch true crime cases as well. But they're very interesting. Some of them are just very interesting to talk about and stuff like that. But anyways, so I'm very appreciative of you. Got both of you coming on today. And Mama Bear with her voice in the background. Yeah. And Terry's. What, Mama Bear?
I just went.
Yeah. Like, and Terry Gibbs, she's my husband's brother's significant other over on that side. But so anyway, so thank you guys. I'm gonna just play a little clip of Jase Slater on our way out. before I do the extra on there. But thank you guys so much for coming today, and you guys have a blessed day. Okay, so I'm just going to play that clip quickly. It actually is the first time I've seen this one of Jase Slater, to be honest with you. Just watch it for a sec, actually, and then I'll go on to the outro. Video file. I never seen it up until today, so I put a little bit of hearts to it. Is this it?
No words can describe the heartache.
What's this? Look at him.
No words of comfort anyone can say. I've never felt a pain like this before. A piece of my heart died with you. But I guess heaven needed you more. But I can't understand exactly what for. Is this a trial of my faith? A lesson to be learned? Why did my baby come to earth and then so quickly return? I gotta get up off the floor and trust that heaven
blue hearts for Jay, guys.
Needed you more.
Okay, so I just wanted to play that. I came across it today, and it was just a little piece of Jay. So prayers to the family, prayers to Jay. Rest in peace, Jay. Again, prayers to the family dealing with this horrific event with their son. Anyone that has a child will know just how horrific this has to be for the family. So anyways, yes, blue hearts for Jay, guys. So prayers, love. You guys take care. I'm going to play the outro now. What time is the other live? I'm just going to, you know what? I'm not quite sure exactly. I got to talk with husband here who seems to have a hungry belly going on here. And I still need to finish a few things. But I'll say I'll probably schedule it for around 3:30, 1 more hour away. Okay, guys? Yeah, about 1 hour away I'll do it. Yeah, you guys take care. Thanks for all the blue hearts for Jay. So we'll see you just in a bit, in about an hour's time, give or take a little, okay?